Attempt to adjust your dial, but it's your boy Big Vern. This is App Stupid, the fastest growing sports and entertainment show on these YouTube streets. You're welcome. Holla at us. Yeah, it's your boy Big Vern in the building, coming to you on a Tuesday here in the Midwest. It's going to be a nice day. It's going to be about 70 degrees. So if you got to get your pets out, make sure you get them out early so you can actually get them back in and go for a walk. Enjoy some things. It's springtime, spring break here in the Midwest. How you feeling? So when we left off our last segment, we were talking about Russell Westbrook and the Denver Nuggets. Denver, they set 65% of their offense, and they came out and beat the Golden State Warriors at home. Like I said, it was a shocker for everybody involved. Now, from the association, we pivot and we're going to talk some NFL football. You all know how I feel about Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins, he stunk up the field in Atlanta. And I was wondering when he signed this $80 million deal or whatever it was, before Raheem Brock and everybody got there to get their hands on Michael Penix Jr. in the draft, it was clear to everybody that Kirk Cousins had lost a step. And I try to tell everybody who really rocks with us here at App Stupid that dude was, number one, he's never been really mobile to begin with, but now after a lower leg injury in his mid to late 30s, he's not going to be faster anyway. And then Kirk Cousins pretends to go on some NFL state-sponsored TV and make up lies about he had pain in his arms after the New Orleans game, and we called him out on his bullshit and his bluff. Not only did we do it, but also Raheem Brock did it. Raheem Brock did it when he was at the combine and he was asked about Kirk Cousins' injury. He said he didn't tell us about that. Y'all need to talk to him. Why is he saying this now? Again, damage control. So now you know where we are in this. And they did not release him. This isn't a win-win for Kirk Cousins by any stretch of the imagination. The contract had a fail-safe. The contract he signed had a fail-safe where if he stunk up the field, then he would have an insurance policy built in to protect him. I'll explain that when we get back on the other side of the content. This is Big Vern. Drop the spot. It's your boy Big Vern coming to you from App Stupid Studios, pumping another rap album. IDK, Bravado Intimo, in stores now. Get it where you legally consume music, whether it be Apple Music, Google Play, or Spotify. My personal favorites on the track is Mario Coins. Mario Coins is crazy. Then there's CU. Then there's Miles Trumpet Part 2. I think what's so dope about this album is like he recorded it in reverse. Because on side 2, you get Miles Trumpet 1. I'm telling you, I'm calling it early. This album has to be a candidate for Album of the Year. It is hands down the best rap album so far of 2025. IDK, Bravado Intimo, in stores now. IDK is dope. I'm not going to go ahead and hate on him. So when we left off on the other side of the content, we were talking about the insurance policy and Kirk Cousins' contract. And you have to understand how this is played out because the Falcons had until 4 o'clock yesterday to go ahead and cut Kirk Cousins pre-June the 1st. Because they didn't, it ensures him a $10 million roster bonus. Now, Raheem Brock and the general manager, Fontenot, they have already gave you the reasoning for Michael Penix to be in the seat. Kirk Cousins is not going to actually challenge Michael Penix for a starting position. They already feel like they have their quarterback of the future. And they have 8 draft picks in this current NFL climate. And this is going to be a sneaky good draft. As much as the mainstream media, because none of these guys really watch college football, so they only see a couple of people's names. But here, we actually follow the sport, and we say, okay, there's more quarterbacks out there than Cam Ward, Jackson Dart, Nico Lamaleva. He's not coming out. But you got Curtis Rourke from Indiana and the development that he had under Curt Cignetti. So this is a really sneaky good draft class for guys who watch college football. Like I said, this is what we do. But back to Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins, because of his contract and the way it's structured, when Atlanta didn't cut him at 4:30 yesterday, he receives a $10 million roster bonus, okay? Cousins still has 3 years remaining on a 4-year deal worth $180 million. Now, the Falcons have $155 million in total remaining on his debt, but they can get out from up under his contract in 2026. That's the plan all along. And I know people are sitting here saying, wait a minute. So if they cut him, they would have saved some money, wouldn't they? No, that's not absolutely true. And the insurance policy that I'm getting ready to go ahead and give you, this is why they had to keep Kirk Cousins. Because they couldn't waive him before June 1st if they wanted to, is because they would owe him more money. This in turn makes Cousins the most expensive backup in the league. See, Cousins has a guaranteed salary of $27.5 million for 2025 and a prorated signing bonus of $12.5 million, making the cap number $40 million. Who made that deal? Who signed that deal? Because they would have dead cap space that they would have to still pay a player who wasn't there. That's how that worked. And so when they drew this up, they had to be thinking in the back of their minds, well, what if he isn't any good? What if he can't go? What if he can't be productive? Okay, here's a fail-safe. They can't get rid of you in a year anyway. They can get out from up under the contract in 2 years. Now, Cousins himself, he carries $65 million in dead cap space. And that's if they cut him before June the 1st. Remember what I told you, the insurance policy. So they would rather give him $10 million to keep him on track before June the 1st. But if they cut him, they would have had to give him $60 million. The dead cap on him is $40 million. If Cousins is designated as a post-June 1st cut. So again, the $10 million that he has and he's gotten as a roster bonus, that's probably the only money he's going to see out of all of those 80 millions. What he got last year, what he has right now coming in is 10. The NFL, will go out of their way to show you that this is a business. However, Kirk Cousins and his agent, the way they drew this contract up, they made it impossible for the Falcons to move on without paying him a boatload of money. Because they must have known in the back of their mind, this dude was shot. Do you follow? So they couldn't waive him and cut him because he carries a $65 million dead cap space hit. And if you try to cut him, then now that was cuts pre-January, June the 1st. Post-June the 1st, you'd owe this dude $40 million. You just gave this dude $10 million. The Falcons can still trade Cousins and find a trade partner, but if he's released, the $10 million roster bonus for 2026 would still be paid. So after 2026, the Falcons can dodge $60 million. They can dodge $40 million. They would only have given this dude $20 million, which is still some good money. It's still great money. But Kirk Cousins is under the impression that he can still play. He was on that crazy morning talk show talking about he still has something in the tank. And if that's the case, you need to target teams like Indianapolis because Anthony Richardson isn't going to pan out. I'm sorry, he's just not. Now they're talking about bringing Daniel Jones in. No way, Jose. That dude went from a starting quarterback to being on the safety, being a safety on a scouting team. Come on now. That's how bad Daniel Jones was. And these are Indianapolis's like valued pieces. So again, that's my piece. I don't know who made this ridiculous deal. He's now officially the highest paid backup in the National Football League. Hopefully, the Falcons can move on from this. I don't know where they go, but they'll figure it out. Again, if you are listening to this pod, get in the comments. Let us know that we get it right. What did we leave out? This is Big Vern. We talk back. We'll be back. We'll be back.